Hello Alchemy Divas, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day today and welcome to today's video, which is going to be about all my nail polish that I own and use regularly, which all of you may notice there's always a new color and look in all my videos. I will also talk about the use of hands in communication and how much information they carry in terms of modifications of a verbal message, and how painted nails never go unnoticed. How powerful are painted nails? You will just adore all their names and the power and happiness each 15 ml bottle brings. So let's dive right in. Now, as we are in the holiday season break and the celebrations of this season of Christmas, I am assuming that we've all got our nails painted, and what perfect time and week to do it. Perhaps you've done it already last week leading up. And before we get into nails, nail color and the power of painted nails, let's start by our hands. You know, talking with your hand is one way, or hands, is one way to cut through the noise and grab your audience's attention. Hands emphasize the message and they convey emotions, and they can really, and they do build connections. The primary function of conversational hand gestures represents what we are saying. It is competent and it is very persuasive. It's been that way for centuries. And then came along nail polish. Polish, paint, and powerful. I always see it as the 3 P's: polish, paint, and powerful. I like the word polish, as if to signify a polished person. It completes a look in a very powerful way. She looks polished. He looks polished. They look very polished. Nail polish. The 1920s inspired and brought out nail polish. And so nail polish was inspired by glossy car paints. Yes, yes, yes. It was Cutex and Revlon. Those two big brands, especially Cutex. So the Revlon I'd see on my mother and her mother's makeup drawers. I also saw a lot of Cutex. I was in love with Cutex. So Cutex, 1970s up until a decade ago, I did not see anymore on shelves. Perhaps I saw some about a decade ago, and that was the only time, the last time I saw Cutex. And I remember around the age of 7 or 8, I would take 1 or 2 of my mother's colors of Cutex and paint a nail, just one, and I'd end up with the whole 10 fingers and nails painted. So this, I wouldn't call it a habit, I would call it a sort of love of expression through color and polish my nails, so to speak. Yes, I can't wait to get into these with you all. You know, nail art and nail painting reminds us that creativity can be woven into every part of life, darlings, no matter how small. It's about finding joy in unexpected places. Let me know in the comments your places of joy and your spaces and things of joy. Much like picking the right outfit, choosing my nail colors became a way to express my mood, my style, and personality. A little important detail that ties everything together. And nail painting and nail art is my tiny colorful rebellion against the mundane. It is powerful, and it is a way of turning something ordinary into a magical little canvas where creativity and self-expression collide. Yes, yes, yes. Thumbs up the video, everyone. Give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. There's just something about glancing down at your hands and seeing these tiny empowering things. And you can take them anywhere. Yes, yes. So typically, nail polishes range from the traditional lacquers with various finishes, which are the glossy creams. Now these are the classic shine everyday wear. So let's look for some. That is a gorgeous glossy cream. Just basic classic shines with quite a bit of gloss that you can wear every day. That's a gorgeous glossy cream. Just trying to read it. Harry Plum. Nice, pretty. This is a vibrant glossy cream. This is from the Gel Couture range of Essie. I've got a video out on Essie nail polishes, which I might tag on the bottom of this video. So these are typically glossy creams. It's a gorgeous glossy autumn dark chocolate by Dior. Glossy cream, glossy cream. Just as an example, darlings, it's a gorgeous glossy cream here. This is another vibrant glossy cream. And then we have the mattes, which are velvety, and they have this typically non-shiny finish. And then we have something called the glitter shimmers. Now these ones contain sparkly particles for texture and shine. And I love my glitter shimmers. Come here, that's one. So my nails at the moment are 2 coats of selected colors which don't have the top coat yet. Now I always will either run these along the top or in the center of each nail, or I could add something like that. Which is a very thin, shimmery polish. This is a very thin shimmer which absolutely changes the color. The original color on your nail. This will completely change the game, darlings. This is amazing, this one. So these all fall under glitter shimmers that you add on top or on its own. This is a gorgeous glitter shimmer which I absolutely wear on its own, and I just leave it at that. I love this one. Sort of like a very dark, starry night. Gorgeous. Some more shimmers. This is gorgeous. I searched everywhere for this one, darlings. It's called Snatched Silver or Silver Snatched. I love this on top of pink, especially pinks like that, vibrant pinks. Or that. In fact, I might show you on top of that one in a minute. And then we have the metallic chromes, which have this mirror-like shiny finish, something like these. This is a metallic chrome. This is juicy plum. This is fabulous. Gorgeous. This is a gorgeous. Now, I'm not sponsored by these brands, darlings, and I don't really care if I were or not. I just love them. Gorgeous. something like that, which although looks like a glossy cream, is really a shimmer. I would say pearlescent. And then we have the holographic duochromes, which these reflect rainbow colors, or they shift hues in light. And then we have the jellies. I saw a jelly a moment ago. This is a jelly, yes. 2 jelly glosses. These are sheer translucent. They have that squishy look on your nails. Very light and squishy and cute. And then we have the magnetics. So magnetics have these particles that create patterns with a magnet, which I don't have. I don't think I need it with all this much anyhow. So magnetics and mattes I don't really have, but you get the idea. You get the picture. So they could all belong to any of the traditional. All these here could easily belong to any of the traditional gels, acrylics, the breathables, the polygels, the dip powders, the builder gels, and all the hard gels. Yes. So without much further ado, let me share my nail polishes, especially their names, darlings. Something I love are the names. You sort of think of the names as you are painting. Exactly how I feel when I'm painting my nails. I'm imagining and picturing their names and what they convey to me. Let's start with a few. And before we do that, one more thing that I wanted to announce is what to look for in nail polish. You want to look for a chip-resistant formula. You want that 5, the very famous number 5, which are free 5s. And they are chemicals that you want that 5 free from. You want your nail polishes to be free from these 5 chemicals. Formaldehydes. Another one is dibutyl phthalates. And you have the toluenes. And you have the formaldehyde resin. And of course, camphor. You want to be free from these 5 chemicals with your nail polish. You want an anti-fade technology. You want a smooth, bubble-free application. Yes, so let's start with their names. Something I struggle with quite a bit in the past, because I'm reading it through a lens, but let's give it a shot. Aruba Blue. A Fairy to Remember. A gorgeous color. Nice angled brush. And then we have Power Moves. Power Moves. Yellow Brick Road. This is part of the Wicked range. Interesting names, darlings. Interesting. She's on Fire. Woohoo! Ultra HD Snap. This gorgeous pink. Just need to get that to focus. Flashy Fuchsia. Gorgeous. I love this color. In fact, that's my next set will include Flashy Fuchsia. Paint the gown red. Fabulous. This is something that I love on top of a block color or a cream. In fact, you could even put this on top of another shimmer. Let's try it on this now. Now I have a sort of technique when it comes to painting, and I always start left and closing in the center. So my right, my left, and working and closing in the center. That's how I normally paint. So look at the change in that. Now that's the same color, but that one has the top coat of, let's have a look. Bejeweled. Bejewel. Gorgeous color. Gorgeous. Changed the color ever so slightly and provided some shimmer. Gorgeous. Oh, my cat is snoring. If you heard that, that's Polo behind me. Now we have this Revlon Beauty, and the name, What Happens in Vegas? I suppose stays in Vegas? Brilliant color, that one. And we have this beautiful, gorgeous Sally Hansen. This is a thick, very feminine, pure white. with a touch of silver particles. And the name is Pink, I Wanna Marry You. Gorgeous. This one is something I searched quite a while for, and when I say quite a while, it took me a couple of weeks to finally... This is the color. It took me a couple of weeks to finally find the easiest, closest, country-wise, to attain. This is on my video, my zodiac video, the water sign video. This is on top of red. In fact, let's try it with this red. This is from the brand CanMake, and it's called, I believe it's called Fairy. Let's see. I know it to be fairy dust, something like that. Anyway, it's from the CanMake range, Tokyo brand, and it. So I did paint it, and that's the result. It just provides this light purplish hue with a touch of green. Camera's not doing it justice, darlings. Let's try it because it's so gorgeous on a red base. Let's try it on a green base. I suppose it will just enhance the green, but let's see how we go. Left, right, and closing in the center. Grab some more names for us to look at. This is a gorgeous unicorn top coat. Oh, yes, that's from the unicorn range. And then we have Galaxy top coat. Gorgeous. Electric geometric. Fabulous. This is a wonderful orangey red. Completely on the warm side. Golden. Yes, she is. And then we have the Essie Bordeaux. This is something absolutely divine. I haven't worn this yet. Slate Escape. This is one of the new batches that I've just acquired. This is something I also searched around 3 or 4 drugstores to get, and eventually had no success, darlings. Almost cried. However, I found it online. So I've worn this a couple of times. This is Plum Euphoria. Very popular. This is my gorgeous Opie. Chopsticks and stones. I love that. Okay, this is something that is... Do you remember my glitter video? I think I posted it in community. Well, that video highlights the microns and the sizes, particles of glitter. And this bottle really stood out for me on the counter. I just love the way the size of the glitters works. Silver Storm. Gorgeous. This is a gorgeous sort of evergreen green. A bit on the warm side. Off topic. This is my Sexy Divide. I love it. This is from the Star Wars series. I don't have a name for her or him, but I love the particles of this gold. This is the gorgeous Sugar Cookie. Yes. That is a nice shimmer purple. This is a gorgeous metallic glow that I occasionally use as a top coat. Holographic. And this is a transformer top coat. Gorgeous. Now, let's look closely for the name. Frankfurt. That is where my maternal great-great-grandfather is from. And that is by Essence. Can't find the name, darlings. sometimes we just go by visually. We will see a bottle like that on the counter and grab it. A bit like perfume. Go by our noses. That's what I do. That is how I choose. I will look at the notes later. Temper nature check. Okay, gorgeous. Temper nature check. This is a very baby blue shimmer. And this is another Star Wars series, purple. Let's do something wild. Let's do what I normally do, which is oh no, let's try this color. Yes. Continue with a few more names, darlings. A beautiful, gorgeous, creamy peach, light peach. And this is Unveiled. Now this green is slightly different to this green of the same brand. I'm very interested to know their names. So, On Cloud Pine, On Cloud Fine, I Deserve the World. Yes. And this particular green is that on that finger. I Deserve the World. On Cloud Fine. Yes. Now, did we miss some? We may have. Gorgeous block red. This is what I have on my toes at the moment. And this is ASAP Apple. Yes. We have this gorgeous sort of grey, cool-toned color, which is Chinchilli. Yes. Very foggy type of, I would say, autumn color. Silvery, but not silver, not shimmered, a block grey. Sort of similar to her. These two shimmers are, of course, the Essie brand. And again, I will link that Essie video down the bottom. Set in Stones, which I love, which is in most of my videos as a top coat glitter. And I just love these names. A Cut Above. Yes, gorgeous. We'll do one or two more. Okay, two reds of the same brand that are slightly unsimilar. Red Carpet, a bit of shimmer, tiny particles of glitter. Very tiny. And Heart of Sass. Heart of Sass. Pretty, gorgeous. One more, and that is Bold Rush. This color is a sort of similar to another color I have. Is it that one? Yes. Look at this, darlings. This one has hues of grey, green. This is Milky Slay. Absolute divine chrome. Bold Rush and Midnight Drive. Now, there's something I got because I cannot resist, darlings. I cannot resist. So I got this set a couple of days ago because I love the bold colors on the bottom, and I love how they added all the chromes and different types of holographic colors and shimmers as top coats to these. Now this is by a brand called Chi Chi's, an Australian brand, rather big in Australia. So they have cosmetics, perfume, makeup, and of course this gorgeous nail range that is quite popular. Yes, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm very sure we have missed one or two. Again, this is the Wicked. Is this the Wicked range? No, 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 it's not. This is Self-Love. Now, this was the red under that. And again, this is Sinful Colors. Great for a top coat. And I have something called, I think I showed you this, darlings. And of course, nothing better than a great pure silver color. And this is Tinsel, Tinsel, Little Star. Tinsel, Tinsel, Little Star. I love this color. And this is, colors come off, but that is an OPI. This is the Quick Dry range from OPI, and this, Essie, beg your pardon. And this is Power Moves. Gorgeous. Jolly, a jolly baby blue color. And this one is Orchid Jelly. Fabulous. And then Lovey Dovey. So what I normally do after glitter, especially after glitter top coats like this, even on block colors, I will add a very quick layer of clear protective top coat. Now, what we want in a nail color, darlings, is if we can get the new angled tip brush like this one has, all the better. We want a polish with vitamin E infused as well, which nourishes the nail. We want that 5 free formula again, free of those very harsh 5 chemicals. We want a chip resistant film, which means a protective, long-lasting look. We want ridge filling complex as well, which smooths the nail texture. And we also like and want fast drying formulas, which essentially brings confidence and a quick, no-nonsense sort of application. Now, as we've come to the end of the video, give it a thumbs up and like the video, and subscribe if you haven't, so we can have and make and enjoy more content such as this. It will definitely keep us connected. And before we leave today, I'm going to do what I normally do, which is do a very quick card reading. Now, we've just had a couple of astrological changes, darlings, and a new moon. And we also have, in 3 or 4 days, a very big merry day called Christmas. So let's shuffle and see what we have on the horizon any images, thoughts, ideas, darlings, bring them to focus. Pictures, sleepless nights perhaps because of all the money. Oh, we are spending. That card flew out straight as I said money. All right, let's keep going. One, two, and three. Number 14, fertility and trinity. Yes, trust the process as divine love always refines, especially related to the divine feminine with the winter solstice which started yesterday. Fabulous. Clarity and focus, number 4. Meditate to be in harmony and at peace with nature. Can't go wrong with nature, darlings. Especially our evergreens and our decorations. That is nature as well. Number 32, interstellar and goddess. Yes, as mentioned a couple of minutes ago, the winter solstice is divinely connected to the feminine goddess. Let's see what else it has. You are exquisitively rare and far greater than you think you are. Absolutely, darlings. Now we are going to take the deck and read what's on the bottom. Now this is a very important card, the bottom card, and I hope it serves us all well. Let's have a look at it. Rebirth and enliven. You are destined to initiate divine celebrations for healing joy. Celebrations. Holiday season, Christmas. So there will be a rebirth and enliven. You are destined to initiate divine celebrations for healing joy. Let's initiate the Christmas luncheon. Let's initiate old friendships coming back together. Let's initiate love and bring back our divine feminine powers over the holiday season. And there you have it, darlings. I hope you enjoyed this rather long video, but how could it be shorter? There was no way possible. Until the next video, I hope you have a lovely Christmas, a very special holiday season, and take care, and I'll see you all on the next one. Until then, bye.